Hello, I'm Fred. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Emma. Nice to meet you, Fred. So tell me, Fred, what do you do for a living?
I'm a mechanic. What do you do for work?
I'm a lawyer. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have two kids. My son is 20 and my daughter is 14. Do you have any kids yourself?
No, I don't have any. May I ask how old you are?
Sure, I'm 39. Do you travel much?
Yes, I travel at least once a year. Last year, I went to France.
Oh, that's great. I also travel a lot. I went to Old Orchard Beach last summer.
All right, our time is up. How unfortunate. Next.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Henry. What's your name?
Emma. Nice to meet you, Henry. Do you come here often?
Yes, I come here every week, but I have not met the special lady yet.
So, I guess you're in the military.
No, I'm not, ma'am. What would make you think that?
Oh, no reason. Do you have any hobbies?
Speed dating. No, seriously. I collect stamps.
Okay, it sounds interesting. All right, it was nice talking to you, Henry. Next.
Hello, my name is Phil, and you are?
Emma. Nice to meet you, Phil. Just to be sure, do you have any hobbies?
Of course. I jog, I read, I do a lot of hiking. I also like to play tennis with my daughter.
Great. I'm also into sports. I go to the gym 3 times a week. My son also comes with me.
Wow, how old is he?
He's 16. He's a really good kid. He also loves sports. Where do you work?
I run my own business. I have a construction company. Keeps me busy. What do you do?
I'm a lawyer. I really enjoy it. I spend about 50 hours a week at work. Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. I also work a lot. I guess we're done. Do you want to go out for dinner tomorrow so we can get to know each other a little more?
I'd love to.
I get off work at 5 tomorrow, so I guess I could pick you up at around 6 o'clock. Is it okay if my mother comes with us?
Hello, everybody. Let's now talk about simple present. The affirmative form of the simple present is quite simple indeed. It is made up of the base form of the verb. However, for the third person singular, an S must be added to the verb. Let's use the verb to speak as an example. Here's what it looks like. I speak. You speak. He, she, it, third person singular, speaks with an S. We speak, you speak, and they speak. When you have a verb that ends with the letter Y, you have to look at the letter that precedes the Y. If that letter is a consonant, for the third person singular, you will have to replace the Y by IES. If the letter that precedes the Y is a vowel, then simply add an S. For example, he studies will take IES because the letter that precedes the Y is a consonant. On the opposite, plays will only take an S because the letter that precedes the Y is a vowel. Finally, if your verb ends with SS, SH, CH, X, O, or Z, you will have to put ES at the end of your verb at the third person singular. For example, we'll say Eric goes to work every morning, adding ES to the verb. To make the verbs negative, we will have to use an auxiliary, don't or doesn't for the third person singular. For example, we'll say, I don't understand. But for the third person singular, we'll say, Joey doesn't understand. The same rule applies for questions. We will have to use an auxiliary, do and does, for third person singular. For example, we'll say, do you understand? And for the third person singular, does she understand? However, the verb to be works differently. There is no trick with the verb to be, and you will have to learn it by heart. So here goes. I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you are, and they are. To make the verb to be negative, all we have to do is to add not. For example, I am not, you are not, he is not. And finally, for questions, all you have to do is to invert the verb to be and the subject. For example, I am will become am I, and you are will become are you. Please note that the verb to be is used to talk about age. For example, we will say, she is 25 years old. Here's an example from the cartoon. Yes, I have 2 kids. My son is 20 and my daughter is 14. Do you have any kids yourself? Simple present can be used in the following situations. The first one is for habits or repeated actions. For example, I brush my teeth every morning. Let's have a look at an example from the cartoon.
Yes, I travel at least once a year. Last year, I went to France.
Frequency adverbs such as never, sometimes, usually, often, rarely are all associated with simple present because they show repetition. The second one is for facts or permanent situations, such as she lives in Montreal. Here's an example from the video.
I run my own business. I have a construction company. Keeps me busy. What do you do?
A third usage is for opinions and tastes. For example, I love pizza, or I agree with you. For example, in the cartoon, Henry thinks that women love a man in a uniform. A fourth usage is for schedules. For example, my class starts at 10. Here's an example of this from the cartoon.
I get off work at 5 tomorrow, so I guess I could pick you up at around 6 o'clock. Is it okay if my mother comes with us?
So, in short, simple present is used to talk about habits and repeated actions, facts and permanent situations, opinions and tastes, and finally schedules. By the way, going back to the cartoon, did you notice what Emma lied about?